Hey guys, what's up? It's iPhone here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Arca Scisco. It's the new secondary weapon that was introduced with the pump action shotgun that was introduced into the game a few days ago. This is a very interesting weapon. You can kind of build it the same way that I showed you guys to build the shotgun. Like you can go full on status, or you can go with like a hybrid build on it. By running your status elemental mods and your crit as well. So it's a pretty cool weapon. You get 97.4% status chance. It's got a decent fire rate. It's got a decent crit chance. Like you're going to be critting for like more than half your shots. You have an okay multiplier. It's 3.4 times, so it's not the best. But it's still a decent weapon. 3 times more damage. Stripping armor with the status chance. Having the slash and puncture damage on there is definitely good. So I'm yet to actually test this weapon out. And I'm not going to be using my Nova Prime to actually get more damage or anything, but we're going to test it out with, I want to say, the status build. That's edgy colors right there. We're going to test it out with the status build, and we're also going to test it out with the crit build. For some reason I can't swap the Ash Prime. That's a new bug. Never experienced that before. I guess I'm just going to have to find them down here to swap to him. Kind of weird if I say so myself. So let's just go ahead and fashion frame it up. And then let's go ahead and spawn in. I've modded it for heavy gunners, so we're going to spawn in a corrupted heavy gunner. We're going to make him at level 150 because that's what I can do now because I'm at rank 24. Make myself invincible, simulate the dude, and then let's see how good or bad this weapon actually is. So, not one-shotting, not necessarily a bad thing. The fire rate makes up for it though. It also has, you know how the Neil has like a built-in mechanic where you get a headshot and it has increased fire rate and crit chance and stuff? This has something similar, but I'm not too sure as to what it does. It's like, it says in the wiki something about a scanning thing. So let's see, Arca Scisco wiki again, just to read out exactly what it says. It says, is a corpus-built scope laser pistol that grants a target analysis bonus stacking up to 5 times. Arca Scisco is part of the Arca weapons series, which includes the Arca Plasmor shotgun and Arca Titron hammer. So, it didn't really give me too much of a description as to what that actually done. I'm assuming it just means it scans enemies whenever you get kills. Not too sure about that, or maybe it highlights a weak spot or something. But that's yet to be sort of, confirmed. But other than that, it's a pretty decent weapon, pretty solid. Like, we dropped that heavy gunner rather fast, just for a pistol. You can also up the damage by zooming in a little bit. You get the 4 times crit multiplier from that. So there you go. We killed him even faster that time. So you can use that type of build. You can swap it out to deal radiation and toxin damage too. So if we were to swap around these two mods here, we have a radiation toxin, and this will allow us to take on bombards, who are also very threatening enemies. So let's go ahead and simulate these guys. Jump on over and do the exact same thing. Like so. We'll proc our radiation damage and things like that there. And obviously toxin damage and stuff, slash damage, and then he'll die insanely quickly because we have that toxin damage doing like a damage over time. We have the slash damage doing a damage over time as well. And then last but not least, we can also mod for viral, and I think I'm going to go for heat damage. So let's see if we can go ahead and throw on deep freeze, or not deep freeze, sorry. Let's go ahead and throw on my, where is it? Frostbite. There we go. And that gives us our viral and fire damage, which is going to eat health. It reduces their maximum health, burns them, and then we also have our slash proc on top of that. So this is going to allow me to strip armor off an enemy and then just, murder him with all the status procs and stuff that we're going to get. So let me just go ahead and swap to my config C here. Go ahead, jump in, simulate the bombard, and then we'll murder him with the viral procs. So you see how fast he dies because he has no armor. You can do pretty much the same thing to the heavy gunners too. So let's go ahead and spawn in one of those guys and then drop him with no armor as well, because it's really, really good. So here we go. Okay, didn't hit enough headshots there, but 10k damage a shot is something to write the home about. It's a pretty solid weapon. I really like it. You can see the little multiplier thing in the top right hand corner there, the buff that we're getting. Again, not too sure what it does exactly. Just from playing around with it, it doesn't seem I don't know if I'm getting any more or less damage, but it seems to be just whenever you get hits on target, whenever you're scoped down sights, is whenever you get that stacking bonus up there. So, you know, it's a pretty solid weapon. It doesn't even matter about that bonus that we get up there. Maybe the bonus is why we're getting so much damage, but, you know, just the fire rate, the crit chance, the status, and everything about the weapon, it's very balanced and it's got good stats. Like puncture and slash are definitely two of my favorite physical damage types, because you get the puncture, which is good versus armor, you get the slash, which is good against the flesh, and then obviously you can go ahead and sort of manipulate your elements to get something to proc that, you know, you really want to proc, right? So if you want viral to proc, you throw on your 2 mods that'll make viral damage, and then that's going to be the most likely to proc, you know, physical, or not physical damage type, elemental damage type that you have on your weapons. So, you know, that paired with crit, headshot damage, stealth multiplier damage, it's an insanely good weapon. I recommend you guys pick it up, and there's nothing else I can really say about it other than, I mean, it looks cool, and you also get the crit damage multiplier from you aiming down sights and stuff. One thing I do want to note with this pistol, though, is because of how good this pistol is, it makes snipers a little bit seem like a lot more underwhelming, whenever you can like take into consideration the DPS that something like the Arca Scisco can put out compared to something like the Vectis, you know? Because, I mean, sure, the Vectis is a great weapon and everything. You can, you know, effectively deal a lot of damage to enemies as long as you're like modding for the right stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure we might be able to shoot a bombard with no armor and completely murder him, like if maybe one-shot him. So let's go ahead and test it out. So strip his armor. So we don't quite one-shot him, we two-shot him. But whenever you compare that there to the amount of damage that the Arca Scisco puts out as well, so let's just do a side-by-side comparison and spawn in 2 bombards instead of just 1. You know, I'm gonna take a guess and say that we might kill the bombard with the Arca Scisco a lot faster than we do with the Vectis, right? So let's just go ahead, hit him in the head, and again. So, you know, I would say we dropped this guy a lot faster than we did the Vectis. Of course, they're both really good weapons, but just the thing is, like, you have to be more accurate with the snipers and stuff rather than, you know, with the pistol, because the pistol, it's kind of just, you can spray it, you can like feather the trigger and deal like a shit ton of damage, where with the sniper, you have to be a lot more accurate with your shots whenever it comes to just, you know, getting those precision headshots and stuff like that there. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on a lot of the damage because it relies heavily on crit. That, and it takes a lot more work to sort of get it up to a point where you can do that one shot, because you have 4 Forma on this, where you have, what, 3 Forma on the Arca Scisco, you know? And then you also have the Neil on top of that, which is also a really good pistol whenever it comes to just dealing damage, although I have 6 Forma on this, which is kind of insane, but, you know, it's still an insanely good weapon, right? So we could just go ahead, jump in, change maybe to viral damage. Okay, maybe I can't because I've got this, but let's swap to radiation damage and drop the bombard with this pistol instead of the Arca Scisco, and you'll see that we'll drop them like even faster, right? Because we get the fire rate bonus and stuff from the headshot. So let's just go ahead, hit them. And then look how insanely quick that kills those guys. So, you know, I would like to see, saying that we're getting all these really overpowered scope pistols. I wouldn't even say overpowered, just insanely good scope pistols. I would like to see a little bit of love give to the snipers and stuff, because they're kind of beginning to look very underwhelming. It's nice to have a pocket sniper. I understand that, but, you know, I really think that some work has to be put into the snipers as well. Like, you can take into consideration as well, like, the Rubico. 6 Forma, and this weapon is still really, really trash. Of course, it looks cool, but, you know, you have to put in a lot of work to make it good. Like, I have Prime Fast Hands on here as well to sort of just speed up the reload and stuff like that there. You get so many different levels of zoom, which will, you know, split up your damage. But look, I mean, like, you have to hit those headshots. You don't hit those headshots, these weapons are useless, you know? Of course, we're eating through his armor pretty well there as well. That's because we reduced it with the shuriken too. So, you know, they're both good weapons. I really like them, but I do think the pistols are going to come out on top whenever it comes to like a scope weapon. So I want to see a little bit of love given to the snipers and stuff, but other than that there, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button below, and if you want to see more Warframe content from me, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.